So then I'm finally getting round to do my Premier League predictions. I'm going to have them on the side of the screen here, just so it's easier. I don't want to do like a 50 million minute video, just talk about every team. So yeah, I'm going to have it just there, my predictions for this. And yeah, we're just going to go straight through. So obviously the relegation for me, Sheffield United, rock bottom, Luton, then Wolves. Sheffield United, I've only put them there purely because the recruitment's been absolutely dross. Getting rid of all their good players, basically. I think Sander Berge has just left for Burnley. So that's another good addition for Burnley, in my opinion. Ajayi has gone to Marseille, I believe. It's just not looking good for Sheffield United. And when you get rid of players like that, who's gonna step up for him? It does not make any sense. But yeah, that they're my rock bottom. Luton 19th. I have to say, I wouldn't be surprised if they stay up. And I don't want to be a sheep that says they're going to be rock bottom. I don't think they're going to be rock bottom. I think come December, I think minds will be changed about Luton. I think we'll see some results from them that you wouldn't believe. Sort of like what Nottingham Forest did last season. You know, getting that win against Liverpool at home. That obviously that draw against Man City. I think it will be like that. And I really do hope Luton stay up because, it would be nice for a club like that, who's been on a journey like that, all the way from the Conference League to be in the Premier League. What a journey that would be. And, they've just signed Ross Barkley. Fair play to him. And, yeah, I just going to put him in 19th for now. And it's a bit sad me saying that now, but it's just, I think it wouldn't be so much of a surprise if they were to stay up. But yeah, 18th for me as well, Wolverhampton. Their business has been absolutely shit. It's bad when the manager walks out, and fair play to him. He's had to, because I'm not sure if he's not being allowed to sign anyone because he seems to be losing every single player who can give him that, that fine chance of staying up. Like obviously Ruben Neves and so on. It's just not looking good for him, and the football last season wasn't the best. Another season where, they're one of the lowest scoring clubs in the Premier League. It's just not good enough for Wolves. So I do believe they are on the verge of going down, finally. But yeah, we'll go to 17th to 11th. Obviously, I've gone Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, Burnley, Nottingham Forest, Brentford, Everton, Fulham. I'll save you time by talking about every one of these clubs, but the clubs I wanted to talk about the most, like Crystal Palace, I've only put them 17th purely because I don't think the firepower's there with them. You got G Mateta and you got Edward. They don't really do it. Zaha, obviously he's their man, and he's always going to be scoring 10 plus goals, and he's not there anymore. So I think they're definitely going to struggle. And the only reason I've really got them staying up is because Roy Hodgson knows how to keep a team up. So that's just where I'm going to keep him. Another team I'd like to talk about as well, probably like Brentford. Obviously, I've had to put Brentford there. And I don't think it's that much of a drop-off for them. I've only put them there purely because of Ivan Toney. Any club loses Ivan Toney, they're going to struggle, aren't they? And 13th place for Brentford for, the journey they've been on. It's not bad. I know that they're a team that always progresses, but it's not bad for an off-season, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I might as well talk about Everton as well. It's a weird one for me that I'll put them 12th. I wouldn't be surprised if they were lower, but I just have this feeling this season they've had enough of being in that relegation battle every season. I think it's been like the last 3 seasons they've been in that position. Something's got to give in there. I'm not 100% sure on their transfer window, but I know they're pretty okay pre-season. Ashley Young's come through the door, one of their best players now. I'm pretty sure he's going to be starting a whole lot of games for them. And yeah, I just believe that they could achieve like a 12th place finish. I think top 10 is definitely out the window, but I think the highest place they could achieve is 12th, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was there, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was any lower. But yeah, we're going to go to 10th to sort of like 7th now. Obviously, I'll put Tottenham, West Ham, Brighton, Newcastle. Tottenham, I'll put there because I think they're going to be in some sort of transition now. Losing Harry Kane, I'm not 100% sure if it's all confirmed now, but I do believe he's having his medical as I'm recording now. it's going to be a loss, isn't it? He's like, he scores like 30 goals a season, something like that. It's going to be a heavy loss. But I don't believe they're going to sack their manager. I don't think it's going to be like that. I think they are going to be in a transition. They're going to do sort of what Arsenal did. They got rid of Unai Emery, appointed Mikel Arteta. Obviously, he got 8th place for like 2 seasons in a row. But look where they are now. They're in 2nd place, Champions League. And they're progressing. And I believe that will happen with Tottenham. But I'm just happy that Kane has basically made a decision to leave for a club that is obviously competing for trophies, because he deserves it, doesn't he? He's that sort of player. He shouldn't be. It's Harry Kane. You'd think he's won something, but he hasn't won anything yet, and it's just a bit sad. But obviously there's a lot of respect for him now. But he's obviously wanting to make a move. We'll talk about Brighton as well. It's not a drop off really, is it? Like 8th place in Europa League, but to be fair, I have a feeling they're gonna progress in that league. And I think they've got the tools to do it. Obviously, Moses Caicedo. I'm not 100% sure if he's going to Liverpool or Chelsea yet, but I think De Zerbi's pretty much written him off for Brighton, which fair play. So if a player doesn't want to be at your club, then he's not going to be in your plans, is he? But I think 8th place would be a great place for Brighton to end off. Top 10 finish. Progress in the Europa League. It's a good season for them. And obviously Newcastle put 7th. It was a hard one for me putting them there, because I think 7th is probably the lowest they can end, and it wouldn't surprise me if this is the season Eddie Howe gets sacked, because obviously they're a club in transition as well. Obviously the most expensive club in the world, the most money and everything. They're gonna want more. They're gonna want Champions League every season. They're gonna want to be winning trophies. And is Eddie Howe the man for it? He might have been the man to get him there, but is he the man to progressively do it every season? I'm not 100% sure. But 7th place for them. I'll put them there just for now. It was just a bit hard with all the other teams up there, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to be any higher. But I had to put Aston Villa in 6th place, purely because pre-season, I know it's pre-season, it doesn't really mean anything, but what we saw from each and every player, bloody amazing. Like, I know we've just had a blow with Buendia. It's a big blow, let's be honest, but it looks like we are going to be replacing him with someone just for the season. Probably a loan, and be really good business from Villa. I think we can manage, and I think we will progress, and I think we will get that 6th place. But I will still say we are going to win the Conference League, and you got a lot of people saying Aston Villa are going to be 8th. I'll take 8th. Don't get me wrong, I'll definitely take 8th. But I can only see us going forward now with the players we've got in. Yuri Tielemans, every time I've seen him play in pre-season, it's just been a joy to bloody watch. Pau Torres, it looks like we're probably going to be using him as a left back until Alex Moreno's back. Am I okay with that? Of course I bloody am, because he's looked good. Diaby, probably the standout for me from what we've seen so far. He's just committed, and he's got everything you want. And I'm still saying to this day, I hope it rubs off on Leon Bailey, because we know Bailey's got it as well. But Diaby, he's just amazing, isn't he? But yeah, 6th place for Villa. And obviously 5th to 2nd, I've gone Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and then Man City. And you might be asking me, why the hell have I put Man United first? I think this is their season. I have not seen anyone put Man United higher than 3rd. I haven't seen anyone say 2nd. I think they've got everything they need now. And that's really weird coming from a Villa fan, but I just think everything's there now. They've sorted out the captain role. Maguire's gone. Pretty much every Man United fan wanted him to go. Strikers, I think they're okay there now. Defensively, good. Good keeper, obviously, Onana. I think I'm rate him very highly. And I just think this is Man United's season. Whether they win a cup, who knows? But I think the Premier League will be in their hands this season. Man City, I put 2nd because some of the players have lost. Mahrez. I think Kyle Walker's staying now. But I know they've lost a few others. It's going to take a toll on them. but you know they're going to be in the top four still, but they're still going to be competing for the Premier League, of course. But I think Man United have just got everything sorted now to do it. And obviously I put Liverpool in third. I think their midfield looks really good now. I'm not going to pronounce that one player's name, Szoboszlai, or so. It's something like that. From what I've seen from him, he's really, really good. But yeah, they've sorted their midfield out, and you know, obviously they had a bit of an off season last season. Now they're in the Europa League. It's obviously not as massive as the Champions League, so they can obviously improve in the Premier League. Third place for Liverpool, they'd take that any day. And obviously Arsenal, I've gone fourth. It's still an achievement, isn't it? Like, whether they're going to be challenging for the league, they probably will be, but I don't think they're going to have the same sort of like start of the season they did last season, where they'll just moan through teams, weren't they? And obviously Chelsea have gone fifth. It's an achievement. Obviously last season in like 12th, but you know they got Pochettino, which I think suits them, and I think one player every Premier League side needs to look out for in that Chelsea side is Nicholas Jackson, because his pre-season was absolutely, it was just amazing, wasn't it? But at the end of the day, it's pre-season. But what I saw from them, I think it's enough to warrant them getting into them players. And you got to understand, they're not in any Europe anyway, so they can 100% concentrate on the Premier League. But yeah, that is my Premier League predictions for this video. Whether I get them right, who knows? But I just have high hopes for Villa this season. I think this is our season. And yeah, obviously I'm going to back the manager, because what he did last season was just absolutely amazing. So yeah, thanks for watching the video, guys. Up to Villa, with the pride of Villa. We'll see you in the next video.